Welcome everybody. This is the Sourceseeker Hour. How you all doing out there, fellow Source Seekers? Thank you all for joining us. We're going to have a great show talking about health. Our theme today, Dr. Sebi, the mucus-free diet, and the health of black people. And I have two beautiful guests with me. I thank them for joining us of the formerly called the Herbaceous Center, but today called PHgans.
PHgans, yes.
PHgans. I mean, they even say it with an accent, y'all. I mean, so we're going to have an exciting show here on the Sourceseeker Hour. And as you know, profound discussion. We discuss current events and what's happening relevant in society. Honest, truthful, and I'm getting tongue-tied, and courageous. Thank you all. This is going to be a great show. I've been trying to have more information about Dr. Sebi for a while. I've heard so much about that health approach. And I have a few health issues myself, so I wanted to invite people who had knowledge of that particular subject. Right now, I want to get to my guests. I want them to introduce themselves to my left. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, my name is Britnee. I am co-owner of PHgans.
And my name is Jessica. Yes.
Co-owner of PHgans. And what is PHgans? Well, tell us what PHgans is.
We are PHgans. We love PHgans. PHgans
are... Okay, for somebody as novice as me,
yes.
Okay, I've heard of vegetarian, a vegan,
and now a PHgan.
A PHgan. So
it's an alkaline vegan. Or
okay,
alkaline electric vegan.
For somebody who doesn't even know what alkaline means, well, I mean, let's break it down a little further.
Okay, so alkaline is pH, the two first letters of our name, is a measurement of acidity and alkalinity. So
I hear alkaline, people talk about alkaline water and different things. Is that the only kind of way that alkaline mixes it? We can mix it in our body?
No. Every food that we consume has a pH.
Okay.
It's either alkaline or acidic.
Okay.
Okay, so from the food we drink, the things we put on our body, everything has a pH. That's how you measure the acidity in a substance.
Okay. See, we started getting a little Greek to me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll bring it back.
Okay. All right.
All right. So pH.
Uh-huh.
That's a measurement. So there's a scale. Okay. On one end, it goes from 0 to 10. So on your left, you have acidity. On your right, alkalinity. Okay. So
on your left, acidity. On your right,
alkalinity.
Right. And this is in our bodies already, or where is this?
Our blood pH.
Okay.
So people would say your blood pH is a 6 or your blood pH is a 7. Okay, so if it's a 6, it's considered acidic. Anything under 7, which is neutral, is considered acidic.
What is supposed to be good? That's what I'm.
We want to be alkaline.
I mean,
yes.
but what I'm asking is for quote unquote our body health. What is the optimum level of that mix between acidity and alkalinity?
Well, we would like for our foods and the beverages that we consume to be a 7 or higher on the scale.
So what is a can we put a Big Mac on that?
On that? You can, and it's considered
acidic.
Yes, like a 3 too.
It'd be a 3.
Yeah.
Okay. So now vegan means you don't eat meat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what's the acidity and the alkalinity? See, I got a new thing there. I'm over here with the acidity. I'm over here with the alkalinity. Oh boy. But meats, fish. Where's fish on that? Or different kinds of fish?
There's different kinds of fish.
Okay.
But we stay away from all meat.
You stay away. Okay, that's what I was getting to.
Yes.
Even fish.
Yes. Each substance has its own pH.
We don't want to consume any animal products.
Okay. So what is the rationale for saying all fleshly, animal, or fishy products is not good for our overall health?
Well, because it creates an acidic environment
Mucus
within your
forming.
body, and then mucus forming. Yes,
Oh,
yes, that's the
mucus
word.
forming.
Yes,
Mucus forming.
We do not want the mucus in our bodies.
Well, as one who has bronchitis, and when I go through those bronchial spells, I develop a serious fight of mucus, and I've heard of it. And it takes a certain type of discipline to be able to have a discipline to do that kind of diet. I mean, can you tell the people about how you are able to approach that type of diet? I mean, and you can pass up a Whopper?
Your why. You know, why are you doing it? Like with anything that you have to have discipline with, you know, it starts with why you're doing it. Like I started because I wanted to change my health situation, you know, and I learned that there was, you know, that by the things that I consume is a huge part, in fact, to why I was dealing with the health issues that I was dealing with.
So can I ask, health issues that you're dealing with, that you were dealing with at that time, that motivated you? So there was a period of time when you didn't have the vegan diet.
Oh yes.
Yes.
2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I completely did a turnaround.
Okay.
Yes.
What motivated that? You wanted to feel better, but
I wanted my quality of life to be better. I had lost my vision.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I wanted to change that. And I did seek medical attention, and they couldn't figure out exactly why.
You had lost your vision.
Yeah. Well, I've been dealing with visual impairments since I was a child. Glaucoma, cataracts, uveitis, but it stems from inflammation. Okay.
And can you talk about a little bit about how this health maybe goes into the acidity and the alkalinity, how your change in health, or your change in diet, excuse me, help to change your health? You know, tell the people a little bit more about that, please.
All right. So I have been dealing with this, I think, my entire life. Since first grade, I've had problems with my vision. It has constantly decreased. Like, everyone that knows me knows that, oh, you know, she can't see, right? You know? So, and when I, come November 2016, it went to a point where I couldn't function as I could previously, even with the visual impairment. So when I say I lost my vision, I became legally blind, so I couldn't see things on white paper. I just couldn't do my normal things.
Yes, I went at one point in time. I was visiting my friend, and the lights made her eyes sensitive. She couldn't even have the lights on, sitting in the dark. And the doctors basically gave her a bleak diagnosis, like, get ready, you're not going to be able to see anything soon. You're going to be completely blind.
We're talking about miraculous health changes.
Conscious decisions.
Yes.
That is, I mean, and so many people would like to be able to accomplish that and do that. I mean, you've accomplished a great thing that you so disciplined your health, your diet, your way of eating and thinking to be able to accomplish a great physical change, and that's a powerful blessing. And this is the Sourceseeker Hour on Afro Vibes Radio, the #1 internet station in the world. I just want to say the Sourceseeker Hour is branching out in so many different ways. And as you all know, the Sourceseeker Hour is a part of the Brighter Source group and so forth. Hey, George, my brother out there, and Itamed are co-members and so forth. And the Sourceseeker Hour now have guest hosts, specific things that guest hosts want to talk about, and we have a criteria for that, of course. But if guest hosts want to have a platform to be able to talk about certain issues that the audience would like to hear about, please contact us, and you can have a platform here on the Sourceseeker Hour to be able to engage the audience in your discussion, in your topic. And this is Sourceseeker Hour on Afro-Vibes Radio, the #1 internet station in the world. We will take a break right quick, and we're going to come back with Sister Britnee Moten and Sister Jessica Swain.
Yeah.
And they are of PHgans. I didn't say it with you all's accent. I tried.
Yes,
Vegans,
alkaline,
yes.
cuisine.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you first said it, you said PHgans.
Yes,
We are
vegan.
Yay! Okay. All right. We're gonna be right back, y'all, in a second on the Sourceseeker Hour. Very powerful show. Thank you. Back now on the Sourceseeker Hour, we having a very powerful show about the health of black people. And we're going to talk about Dr. Sebi, and we're going to talk about a mucus-free diet. And we had another of the powerful guests show up. My brother to my right. Brother, please introduce yourself to the audience, please.
Hey, thanks for having me. My name is Sani Salah Wilson.
That is a original name. I think I actually saw one other person in this world with that name. Can you explain to the people, excuse me, what the name Husani means?
Sure, the name is Swahili. It means handsome. Salah means of God. And I was born into the shrines of the Black Madonna in Houston, Texas. So the belief system was we're from an African people, so we'll keep that lineage going, we'll keep the namesake going. And that's how I came up with the name Husani Masamakali Kambiroro Salah Wilson.
Peace and power. Ooh. My brother, tell us about your background, Houston Permaculture, and some of the other things that you are involved in.
I don't want to talk too much, but let me see if I can explain it briefly. Urban permaculture. First off, permaculture. Permaculture is it's a sustainable package. Think if you had an encyclopedia of sustainable living practices. Permaculture is that. It's all inclusive of how to grow food, how to build, how to socialize, how to, act like you care about your neighbor, and build community. Permaculture is all of that. Ironically, they call them adventurers, hiker, whatever. But an explorer found a land space that was abandoned, that he thought was abandoned. No people were there, but the landscape was beautiful. It still had waterways formed into it. Food was still growing everywhere. Everything was still abundant. The homes were still standing. So he was like, wow, it's a permanent agriculture. And he came up with permaculture. So I got into the study looking for a better way of living. Already coming from the shrine, we set a high standard of living for ourselves as what we understand as African black people. So I was looking to, just sharpen it for myself. All right, what's the new standard? And as it relates to Dr. Sebi, he truly covered the nutritional aspect of my proposed standard of living.
Sounds great, brother. We're going to go right back into the discussion we were having with Sister Britnee, Sister Jessica. They are of PHgans.
Yes,
PHgans. Okay. Which used to be the Herbaceous Center.
Yes.
Okay. And we were talking about, okay, my family has a history of hypertension and diabetes. And I'm borderline diabetic myself. And one question that comes about is, we know what the health standards are. We know pretty much what we need to do. I guess I'm asking a psychological question, but it goes into food and everything else, and diet and the discipline we were talking about earlier. Why is it so hard for people to do what we need to do to take care of ourselves? And I'm going to go around the room with this, but I'd like to start with you, Britnee.
Well, the lack of accessibility, the lack of knowledge, the lack of resources. I think when we started becoming alkaline, we had to unlearn everything and relearn a whole new way of living. Redoing like basically taking away everything that I've learned up until 27 years of age.
Mhm.
And as we know, we are habits. We are creatures of habit. So it is first we have to learn to break our.
We have to
habits.
unlearn.
Yeah, we have to unlearn it, and we have
Unlearn
to
to read.
yes, introspect and understand that what we're doing is not serving us, or like if we are eating and we are becoming unhealthy, introspection, understanding that it's not there, and that's hard for many people to do.
Mhm.
When I say that's where I come for lack of knowledge,
Mhm.
lack of resources.
Mhm.
You see a fast food restaurant on every corner.
And they are programmed into our head through subliminal and direct messaging.
Yeah. Everything that you see, yes, on that is easily accessible to us, really doesn't follow Dr. Sebi's nutritional guidelines.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Jessica, tell us more about that.
I think she pretty much covered it right there.
Mhm.
Definitely, and that's why we exist. That's why vegans exist, because it is hard to you pre-make your meals. We're living busy
Let
day
me
to day.
ask this question.
Making things from scratch.
How can
Yes.
vegans help the person who comes and eats and takes
Well-
part of... Hold 1 second.
No, I'm
One
ready
second.
for that.
How can they help them specifically against diabetes and those type of diseases that are prevalent in the black community?
Well, everything that is in our menu is from the Nutritional Guide by Dr. Sebi.
Mhm.
And I've been a follower since 2017, and I can attest to you that following the guidelines, the legacy that Dr. Sebi left, is definitely helpful, is beneficial, because at one point my daughter, I was believing that she may have had diabetes. I took her to the doctor. She was showing signs and symptoms. She had the dark neck, just certain symptoms like that, and I was really, truly concerned. And I was she gave me the diagnosis, not diagnosis, but gave me a prescription to go get tested. And I said, you know what, I'm not going to get this test, because if she had diabetes, it wasn't something she was born with. It's obviously something that's in our foods. And I decided to just, when we changed everything and I started following the guide, I no longer have any concerns, any doubts, any worries with diabetes. So I know firsthand that it works.
So bottom line, 100%, you're saying the vegan diet can really help your health.
I wouldn't say the vegan diet, but the Vegans diet,
Okay.
where we're following the nutritional guide by Dr. Sebi. That helps.
Before I come to you, brother, we got to make this clear. Okay, you got a vegetarian. What does vegetarian is no meats, right? And
Vegetarian is no meats, but I think they have cheese, dairy.
cheese and dairy.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
now,
you have
vegan.
They no cheese, no dairy, no animal products, but they may have soy. They may have
Hybrids.
Yes, hybrid plants and vegetables.
And then you
So-
got alkaline, electric, which has no hybrid.
Which is the Dr.
Okay.
Sebi diet.
Yes, vegan,
Okay.
where we natural foods, no hybrids, no GMOs.
So we got vegetarian, vegan, and vegan.
Vegan. Now we have vegan.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now we got it. Brother, what do you say about that particular issue of why can't we get there to eat better and take care of ourselves better? What's so difficult about that within our community?
Well, I think the sisters covered it well. We've lost the knowledge of how to do that, and we've been given something that we've taken fish and hook. Like, we love it. We're addicted to it now, and we don't have the discipline. Someone said, like, Dr. Sebi's been doing this since the 80s, since way before I was even born.
Mm-hmm.
And to not listen to a man who makes claims, I just cured AIDS, I cured everything from A to Z. There's just one disease. And to not listen to him and say, nah, it's not real.
Okay, let me stop right here.
Sure.
I would like, as much as we can, I want to give people a bio and an overview of who Dr. Sebi was, there's still people who do not know. I'm a very novice as far as understanding. I believe his name, given name, where he started his life at, was Alfred Bowman. And then, over a period of time, well, who would like to tell the story? Who would like to tell the history? What could you comment on that, Britnee, as far as who he was, and then what was the medical discussion, the medical community's discussion about Dr. Sebi?
Okay, well, Dr. Sebi started his healing of himself. He was in, what is it, impotency?
Impotent.
Impotency,
Yes.
pardon me. Impotency, diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
what is asthma. He had these ailments, and he said he was 30 years old, being with impotency, and he jokes about it, but he's like, that was a huge force into him to go find
That's not a joke.
how to
No, it's
how
not a joke.
to heal himself. So him and I believe Ma'a, which was his first wife, they traveled through Central America and South America with different herbalists and learning how to heal certain things. He did several fasts and healed himself from his vision, diabetes, his impotency, and several others.
More comments on that, Jessica. What do you believe the medical community's opinion of him was? You have an opinion on that?
Well, what he introduced, it was groundbreaking.
Mhm.
It definitely was groundbreaking.
Okay.
Because Western medical philosophy, they don't emphasize what he was teaching. They don't tell us. The doctors weren't telling us mucus and the things that you're eating is causing these. So it was definitely something that made people go, he's telling the truth. he's giving people knowledge to definitely help them and not have to be susceptible to all these diseases and things that are really preventable.
Yes.
Which is
Brother Husani, there's reports that they intentionally put him in a position where they could starve him or hurt him, and that's what happened to him at the end of his life. Do you have a comment on that, or can you shed any insight?
Well, no comment on that, but
Okay.
I will say this, it's difficult to maintain a level of health outside of certain conducive environments.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, okay, someone in the States looking for healing, looking for tranquility, looking for the kind of help in rejecting the common foods and poisons, toxins that we put in our bodies. It's harder to do that here when they're everywhere, facing you. Everywhere you turn, your family's members are addicted. Everyone's addicted to it, so being taken out of a certain environment and forced into another environment like prison or jail, even a jail cell, any type of cell or confinement, I can see how that could affect,
There's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of stories going around about Dr. Sebi. I know for a fact, I looked at the interviews that his family's saying they have some doubts, some suspicions, but I think the key thing is not to get lost in the conspiracy, this, that. We need to focus on the message.
Yes.
We need to really, really, really give credit and pay attention to what it was that he was telling us, and let's talk about that. Let's spread that. Let's spread the message that Dr. Sebi came and to speak about today.
I truly
That sounds great, peace and power, and that's what we're going to do right here on the Sourceseeker Hour on Afro Vibes Radio, the #1 internet station in the world. I'm your host, Baruti Carl Alexander, the Sourceseeker, and I appreciate everyone for joining us, and we have powerful, powerful guests. We talking about the health of black people. We talking about all the things that we put in our body that has an effect on us. What we put in can have a negative effect, or what we put in and how we carry ourselves in our lifestyle can help us to live longer and have more fulfilling lives. Now, it's not easy. That's what the ladies and the gentlemen have been discussing, but it's certainly worth the conversation to start and keep it out there and keep, because health is so important. I mean,
Yes.
what we can do if we can live 100 years.
Yes, health is wealth.
Yes.
Yes, health is well. I love
Yes.
that. I love that. I was talking about having bronchitis earlier. It can be painful. It can be hurting, and mucus. You know, there were times when I felt the mucus in my chest very deep, and if there is a way, and what we say that is that starts with diet. It starts with diet, exercise, and a mindset that comes with it.
Yes.
You know,
Herbs as well.
because if I'm correct, is fasting a part of the diet? The
Well, yes, he definitely, Dr. Sebi definitely encouraged fasting.
Okay.
It's part of our heal. We heal when we are not obsessed with eating and consumed by our digestive system putting
Will we
this
say-
energy into.
that might be a good way to start
Oh yeah.
to change.
For sure.
Okay.
It's everything.
Yes.
Yes, take baby steps,
Okay.
definitely. When you, like Britnee spoke earlier, we're unlearning to relearn. So if you're starting out, it's okay with taking baby steps if you need to, and start by just changing the things that you're eating. Just
Right.
instead of fries, pick up a kale. You know, just change, swap out some things.
Right.
Swapping out.
And Brother Husani, you talked about the environment in the context of what may have happened, but that for everyday living with all of us, the bombardment we get from advertisement and the peer pressures and different things. Your friend just wants to take you to Chick-fil-A and all of those kinds of things. All of those things play a part in your diet and in your approach to living. Can you comment on that a little bit more? The whole mindset, the whole approach that you have to kind of have that goes into that discipline that gets you on that process, which is so important for our people.
Okay. I know my religious people like to make references of Jesus when he came to the crossroads. He had to make a decision. Okay, do I go home or do I go into town and spread my message and join the revolution? But people have to come to a crossroad in their life. They have to come to a point to where they say, okay, I understand that there's a difference now. I understand that there is different. What they're saying is not going to be easy. The practice is what sounds impossible. They say you'll die if you don't eat, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But once they make that decision, okay, I'm going this way, then you just start with baby steps. Like the sister said, like Jessica said, you take baby steps towards it. And a fast doesn't mean complete fast. It can mean that, but that's how I used to take it. When I first started down this path, I was like, all right, I can't eat nothing. Like, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna put everything down cold turkey. I barely made it a day. I was like, I'm eating something.
Yeah.
And I'm active in everything, and that becomes difficult in kind of putting together a good formula that works for each individual case. But steps towards what you desire, which is health, will get you there.
And I want to talk about another thing that is a part of the mindset also. We have a lot of brothers and sisters that go through detox and a cleansing of the body and so forth, which is very important to be able to cleanse your body of all the poisons and contaminants that might be inside. We don't even sometimes think about those type of things. I don't want to dwell on this, but there was someone went through an examination of what was inside their body, in the colon and different things, and the worms and different things, and all of those. I don't want to gross people out,
But it's
but
the truth. Parasites.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we do have to talk about it. We do have to share about it, even though it's uncomfortable. you know.
Right.
But many of us know what we have done and put in our body, and the body is an amazing thing, though. You know, I am 57 years old, and you know, sometimes I go through these spells. I don't take care of myself, but it's amazing. I can do that, and for now, God has granted me the ability to be able to still get up and go out there, and if I put forth the effort, I can exercise, I can work on my body, I can eat and become better, because if I go through the process, I can still do that. And listeners out there, there's still a way to have better health.
Oh, yes.
And there's still a way to have a greater and better feel about yourself because of what you put in your body and your mindset. This is the Sourceseeker Hour on Afro Vibes Radio, the #1 internet station in the world. We appreciate everybody for joining us. We have Sister Britnee Moten. We have Sister Jessica Swain. They are of PHgans.
Vegans.
Okay. We have Brother Sani of Houston Permaculture.
Urban permaculture.
Excuse me, Urban Permaculture.
Yeah.
And they are talking and helping us understand the value of a better diet, whether you choose the approach of vegetarian, vegan, or vegan. I think I'm saying it right. I'm not sure I will ever give up fish. Maybe one day I'll have that discipline. But first, I got to get past the other stuff.
I thought I would never give up chicken, so
I can understand. So if you're struggling out there, what my guest advice is you take baby steps. Maybe on this particular day, you're going to eat only vegetables. Or on this particular day, you'll only drink water. You know? Whatever baby steps work for you, but the important thing is to starting down
just
that path.
to start.
Yeah.
Start now. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
You supposed to share something, brother.
Start, yes. Research first.
Yes.
I
Okay.
think research is very important. And
What
then-
kind of research? What are some of the things you think you need to research?
Okay, start with the foods that you do eat.
Okay.
We like foods, okay, now where do they come from? What's the source of it? How are they made? And you'll be appalled once you find out.
You know, I like
You
that
know the
you
quality
said that,
of it.
Husani, because
That's what
in
Dr. Sebi does.
2017, yes, and I watched a documentary called "What the Health." This is how it really
Yeah,
started
yeah,
for me.
yeah.
I watched that documentary, and when I really looked into it, did the research, and connected the dots, that became my major why. That made me say, okay, I'm done. I'm going to start this now. So I like that you said that, because when you do the research, you see and you look for yourself. You look and see what's in these foods. Look and see what's in your baby's cereal. I'm so serious. It crazy.
I'm
Look
sure
up
it has
those
a
big
bunch of
words.
sugar.
Look up those big words. I'm telling you that.
Throw us a couple out there, Jessica.
Triphosphate diclosorosama, nothing. I can't pronounce it.
Well,
I don't want it.
If you think of it like this,
Okay.
real.
natural made or God made, as we understand, or man made.
Okay.
And man has been making a lot of our foods, like force creating our foods. And they set the standard of what's acceptable for humans to eat.
And I heard that, you know, y'all tell me if this sounds about right, that like chickens on the farm where they grow and so forth, they sometimes shoot them with steroids or different things to have them growing big and plump and all this kind of stuff.
If you're mass producing chicken. Now, I've been on farms where I've eaten and I know, okay, stay away from the meat as much as you can. But, you know, I've been on farms, ate all farm food, and I felt great. Not the greatest, but I felt great. I wasn't sluggish and tired, so there is a difference. Free range chicken actually are free range. They'll eat anything moving. But they're healthy, you know, they're big on their own. They're not, you know, I don't think they're pumped with anything, you know.
Yes, but the most
Antibiotics.
of
Yeah.
those chickens from Popeyes,
Yeah,
they're more than likely mass produced
Yeah,
and
right,
not
right,
free
right.
range. The chickens he's talking about. You have to, you just do your research.
Take a peek inside
Yeah.
those
That's
chicken houses.
So do we believe that a better diet can, and along those lines that we have been discussing, can kind of help us to have better health along these lines that we have on this chart? High blood pressure, hypertension.
Do we
Yes.
believe it?
Yes.
I know
Lifestyle
it.
disease.
Yes,
Okay.
this has affected our family
So
personally.
across the board, no matter what your health possible problem you may have, it can help across the board
Yes.
with everything. Okay.
Because
Talk about exercise as it relates to, because usually diet and exercise. The doctor tells me diet and exercise. So with the vegan, the diet that we're talking about, talk about any type of exercise
I
that
can tell
comes
you
with that.
I did no exercise, and when I quit eating meat within the first week, I
So
lost
major
weight.
changes. Yeah.
With no exercise.
exercise is important.
Of
to
course.
an extent,
That is
course.
very true.
Because
Very true.
What's very true?
the exercise is important.
Oh, okay, okay.
And no, that is
Sorry.
true. It is
I wanted
important.
to
No.
explain why, but
Well, look, Jessica said that she didn't do any exercise.
Right. I heard that.
Extreme weight, noticeable
Yes.
weight.
Right,
Yes.
I've had the same experience. I'm a personal trainer,
right.
and I train out of Seha of Houston, Texas, on 5110 Martin Luther King, and we get it in. Like, we do some serious martial arts, some serious training.
Mm-hmm.
Now, keeping more muscle than body fat is a plus, because you're able to live, you're able to squat, you're able to get that full blood flow throughout the body, oxygen everywhere, and your energy is higher. Everything happens better, when your body is performs certain moves and functions,
So just getting rid of excess body fat can help you lose weight and
It can
help you
help.
feel better, is what you're saying.
it can help everything. Like the nutritional part that happens. All right, nutrition is important. I can eat a cheeseburger and then go into there. I can work out. I can finish the workout, but I'm sluggish afterwards. I'm upset. I'm mad.
And even though you go
frustrating.
through the workout and you might get something from it, it's still not the ultimate of what you could get if you have that better diet and that better process.
Diet
So
is
right.
probably 80%
It's all
of
okay.
of your overall health.
I mean, my clients, we can train,
Mm-hmm.
but I train. All right, so there's, Dr. Sebi said that we should lean towards the alkaline foods.
Mm-hmm.
Now, by alkaline, he means that the genetic chain of the plant is complete. There's no breaks in it, and by that, basically God made. And there's so many native plants around the way. So I was like, all right, I want to go find them. I got a few that I looked up and said they were grown in Houston. I went out and I found now yellow dock. Yellow dock is a plant that has so much iron in it. I mean, it's full of it.
We got it at Vegans.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. All herbs are $5.
I thank everybody. We're going to have to round it up here on the Sourceseeker Hour. We're having a very powerful discussion, and we're going to continue the discussion another time. We thank our guests for showing, for coming and sharing their information.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. But we want to give people a way where if they want to continue to talk to you all, Britnee, to talk to you all, Jessica, and you, Sani. So please share information where somebody can reach out to you, Britnee, please.
Yes, you can reach out to us via Instagram. We Love PHgans. Also our website, welovepheegans.com. We're also on Facebook.
Vegans.
PHgans, formerly known as the Herbaceous Center. And that's a good one. That's the best way to contact us.
And come check us out at the Shape Center in the 3rd Ward community, Mondays and Tuesday. Monday we're there at 11:30 to 7. Tuesday 3 to 7. Again, that's at the Shape Center at 3815 Live Oak. 3815 Live Oak. Come talk to us. We always have great conversations, y'all.
Nice.
And ask them about acidity and alkalinity.
Yes.
And ask them vegetarian, vegan, Fegan.
Fegan.
I got it right?
Fegans, you got it.
Share your information, brother.
Okay, Sani, you can find me at Seha Youth and Fitness Center, located on 5110 Martin Luther King. Online, you can find me at Facebook at either at Seha Youth and Fitness Center or at Moyo Fitness Training. And yeah, from there we can, we perform some of the best workouts, and the fitness assessment that I provide includes, herbs as supplements.
We're going to talk about all of these things, ladies and gentlemen, on the Sourceseeker Hour. And as you know, the Sourceseeker Hour, it comes on every Wednesday at 1 p.m. on Afro Vibes Radio, the #1 internet station in the world.